1900, 18% of all American workers were under the age of 16. Children had to work in dangerous conditions in order to make money for their families.
Many children lost their lives while working in dangerous factories because of the terrible working conditions.
Oftentimes, children even lose their limbs.
Children had to work a lot of exhausting hours and barely had time for school. In 1836, the first child labor law was passed. Massachusetts requires children under 15 working in factories to attend school at least 3 months a year.
42 states began limiting children's workdays. Massachusetts limits children's workdays to 10 hours. Other states soon passed similar laws, but most of these laws are not consistently enforced.
In 1938, federal regulation for child labor achieved in the Fair Labor Standards Act. For the first time, minimum ages of employment and hours of work for children are regulated by federal law.
In 1904, National Child Labor Committee forms.
Countries have laws that forbid child labor under a certain age, but there are millions of children that have to work to support their families.
Especially in countries like Asia, Africa, and Latin America.
Jobs for children is factory work, working on farms, or even prostitution.
In America, child labor is frowned upon, but in other countries, child labor is enforced, even in some American companies like
Nike, an American company, is based in China. In China, child labor still happens, and they can pay the workers cheaper to make the shoes. In the future, it is a goal to end child labor around the nation. As a nation, we will have to work together to help these children become free of this terrible law.
How do you feel about child labor?
Child labor? I think it's good for children to learn what it's like to have a job and the responsibility that comes with having a job. But I don't think if it's like child labor, I'm going to have you go do something that you're not physically capable of doing. Or if we're having 8-year-olds work for 40 cents an hour, that's not right. But I think when you get somebody who's 13 or 14 and they want to have a job to make a few extra bucks, I think that's good, and it teaches them more than just making money.
Thank you. Labor, what do you think of?
When I hear of child labor, I think of poor third world countries where families need the whole family to be working to make ends meet, and so I think that a lot of those countries have children who are too young really to have a job and their responsibility, but the families think they need the income, but I don't think that the kids are always treated fairly or treated right, and I'm glad that we have laws here in place that keep us from taking advantage of children in the workplace.
What's your opinion on child labor?
How young is the kid?
under
young
the
is the
age
kid?
of 16.
Oh, yeah.
16, limit their hours.
Under the age of 10.
Not working unless it's for the family.
What
Fun.
about in like underprivileged countries?
Making shoes,
Yeah.
pay them a wage that they deserve.
Or what
So more
about
than minimum wage?
Oh, hugely. If Nike is making a shoe that costs 120, they can pay a kid more than 6 cents.
Do you think child labor is good or bad if it's under the age of 10?
Bad. Always bad.
Why?
10-year-olds should not be working. Picking grapes.
What age do you think they should start working?
14. Reliability makes you understand use of money. Not being lazy.
what about the working conditions?
Make it good,
Define good.
light, pay, breaks, lunch.
Thank you.